Hello, welcome again to my YouTube channel. This is my second video, having done the first video under survey of plant kingdom. That was yesterday, and let us just look at survey of animal kingdom, which is invertebrate zoology. We shall be starting with invertebrate zoology as we go to the more complex organisms. If you have not subscribed to my channel, ensure that you subscribe, you like, and also share so that you can move in solidarity and ensure that everyone benefit from whatever discussion we are doing. Very soon we shall be forming a community where we will be discussing more and more detailed content. Without wasting much time, let us just dive into the content. Introduction to animal kingdom. We understand organisms in various diversity, and apart from that, let us just look at the animals without backbones so that as we proceed with the other video creations, as we continue, we shall be adding those of more complex organisms. Introduction to invertebrate zoology. Exploring the diversity of animals without backbones. We shall be discussing organisms without backbones in this chapter. This is just an introduction to invertebrate zoology. We shall be going into detail as we progress. That's why I was saying let us just be in contact so that whenever we post any video, we'll be in a position to get it. Let us just move to the next slide. What is invertebrate zoology? This is the question that most people are asked whenever it comes to examination. Let us look at what exactly invertebrate zoology is. This is the branch of zoology that studies animals without a backbone. These animals are known as invertebrates. This is a branch of zoology that studies animals without a backbone, known as invertebrates. Invertebrates represent over 95% of all animal species on Earth. These organisms are mostly successful. These organisms, you'll realize that they have a characteristic that enables them to be more successful in the ecosystem as compared to more complex organisms. We shall discuss them as we continue in detail and see what are these features that make them to be more successful in the ecosystem. Let us look at their examples. These organisms include insects. These are the arthropods, the mollusks, arachnids, and crustaceans. We shall discuss. Let us start with the major phyla of these invertebrates. What are the phyla of these invertebrates? The phyla are phylum Porifera, which consist of sponges, and these sponges are simple non-motile animals. They cannot move. You will realize that they are sessile in other terms. Sessile means they cannot move. So you realize that these organisms cannot move, and they are known as sponges. Another phyla is phyla Cnidaria. Phyla Cnidaria includes jellyfish, corals, and sea anemones, known for stinging cells. Jellyfish are known for stinging cells. You realize that the picture of jellyfish has things like tentacles. They have tentacle structures, and these tentacles are meant for their mechanism and so on. We shall come and discuss them when it comes to discussing it as a unit, phylum Cnidaria. I will do a presentation on the same, but just to know that the major characteristic of this phyla Cnidaria is known for their tentacles, and they appear in two forms, that is the polyps and the medusa form. Don't worry about it, don't get any pressure. We will come and discuss that. So another phyla is phyla Platyhelminthes. These are the flatworms, including planarians and tapeworms. This grouping of organisms is grouped into phyla. They consist of similar characteristics. We will come and discuss them in detail as presentation of its own, each phyla. We also have phylum Nematoda. Phylum Nematoda including of roundworms, many of which are parasitic. You will realize that many phyla, many organisms from the phylum Nematoda are parasitic. We also have phylum Annelida. These are segmented worms, worm-like earthworm and leeches. We will come and look at the characteristic of which this organism portray when we will have a photo of Cnidarians. This is jellyfish. I will tell you so that you will have a glance and have a look at it, how it appears. Let's start phylum Mollusca. Phylum Mollusca, the most common members are snails, clams, squids, and octopuses. These are just examples of organisms found in this phylum Mollusca. Look at an example here. These are soft-bodied animals, many with hard shells. So these organisms, known as organisms contained in phylum Mollusca, some of them have hard shells and others have soft shells. When we will be discussing the examples and when we go deep into this survey of animal kingdom, which is invertebrate zoology, we will look at characteristics of these shells and enzymes responsible for the formation of these shells. Let us look also at the body structure of this organism. We are told that it is divided into head, foot, and visceral mass. We will come and discuss all of them, so don't worry, this is just an introduction. Phylum Arthropoda, these are the insects. It's the largest animal phylum which include insects, spiders, crabs, and scorpions. Let us look at the general appearance of these organisms. We are told they have exoskeleton made of chitin, jointed appendages, and segmented bodies. The significance include pollination, which is vital in the ecosystem. We realize that in this phylum is where we contain the butterfly, the likes of bees, which are very vital in pollination. And pollination, as we all know, leads to reproduction, leads to fertilization, which later on leads to reproduction in the ecosystem, which is the major characteristic of organisms and the assurity of the future generation. Let us look at phylum Echinodemata. I can't read well, but don't worry, you will just look and write it from your side. I believe the slides, you can see them. This phylum includes starfish, sarches, and sand dollars. The general appearance include radial symmetry, spiny skin, and water vascular system. You realize that one other characteristic that we will be using to distinguish these organisms, one of it is the symmetry of the body. Those that are bilaterally symmetrical, I'm very sorry, terms are very difficult to pronounce, but we will get used to it as we move on. I was saying these organisms are bilaterally symmetrical. Bilaterally symmetrical means organisms that can be divided into two equal parts that assimilate each other. So some are bilateral while others are of radial symmetry. Like this starfish, it is of radial symmetry. Because if you divide it, you cannot divide it into two equal parts that assimilate each other. These organisms have a unique feature of this organism is that it's capable of regenerating lost body parts. This organism is very funny, and this is another characteristic that make it more successful in the ecosystem. You realize that it is able to generate lost body tissue parts. I was telling you that these organisms are more advanced in the way that it enables them to adapt very well in the environment and reproduce and survive and be able to be successful in the ecosystem as compared to other animals. Look at the importance of invertebrates in the ecosystem. This is a basic thing that we all need to know. Why do we study invertebrates in the ecosystem, or what relevance do they have in our daily lives? Let us look. They are primary consumers, predators, and decomposers in food web. We all know the food web and the flow of food web. For food web to be, we need the primary consumers. And these invertebrates, we are told that they are primary consumers, they are also predators, and they are also decomposers. You see, they play a vital role in the ecosystem. Insects like bees are vital for pollination. That's just an example, like bees. We have other insects such as butterflies and others, which plays an important role in reproduction, of which it is the end product, fertilization. These insects pollinate the flower, whereby the pollen grains fold the stigma, and all that process of fertilization take place. Then development of the fruit, seeds, and then reproduction continues. The earthworm improves soil structure as they burrow, facilitating aeration. In agriculture, we discuss importance of living organisms in soil. One of it is this one. You'll realize that these organisms, we really need them in the structure and development of soil. For plants to thrive well, soil needs to be in good condition of air, moisture, and warmth. These organisms facilitate air aeration in the soil because they burrow as they penetrate, making their channels, making this soil to be of good structure that can facilitate plant growth very well. Invertebrates are sensitive. Invertebrates are sensitive to pollution. Hence, they are used as indicators of environmental health, e.g., freshwater invertebrates. These organisms, you will realize that their tissues or their parts of the body are more advanced in that they can detect pollution. Scientists have developed a way that they use these organisms to detect polluted environments, e.g., freshwater invertebrates. They are used to detect polluted water. We'll come and discuss them. It's very wonderful to be in here. If you are not in, try and look away that you subscribe to my channel so that we will be discussing together. Let us also look at the impact or human interaction with these invertebrates. How do these invertebrates affect humans? Look at economic importance. Fisheries, e.g., crustaceans, are used in fishing. Fisheries is an economic activity. In geography, I remember in high school we discussed fishing as an economic activity, and you will realize that some of the organisms that are being fished are crustaceans, and crustaceans are invertebrates. So you see the relationship between humans and these organisms in economic field, whereby crustaceans are being fished and being put for economic value. You will look at silk production in silkworms. There are organisms in what are known as silkworms that are being harvested and used to make silk. Silk is a type of cloth that is very, very, very expensive. You will see its economic importance after being harvesting those organisms from water, undergoing some industrial process and others until a silk cloth is formed. So that's an economic value. And also agriculture in pest control. We have organisms that control pests. For example, I was looking at a documentary in Showground. I think it was Eldoret. Yeah, Eldoret Showground. Many days ago, it was last year around April, there was an improved system of controlling pests that was being presented by Egerton University at Eldoret International Agricultural Show, whereby organisms that are insects are being introduced into the farm so that they can take part in controlling the pest as they prey on them. So you see the interaction and relationship of humans and these invertebrates. You realize that some of these pests and insects are used to control pests, and that is the economic importance, because you realize that the farmer have saved the money that would have rather been used to buy chemicals, and also it will have helped the farmer health-wise, because we are now moving into organic farming. So these insects are used to control pests rather than using chemicals. Also look at medical importance. In some cases, diseases, e.g., parasitic worms, while others are used in medical research. I was looking at a documentary last week. Yeah, it was last week Friday, whereby some of these invertebrates are being used, and they have been investigated to having potential of uh, being used as painkillers. So it is used in medical research, and some of these organisms also might cause diseases to humans, such as parasitic worms. So that's another importance, but it is a negative importance. Look at conservation. This is overfishing and habitat destruction threaten many invertebrate species. This is where now the government need to chip in and take control of this destruction of natural habitats, whereby it might be conservation. The government initiative need to act upon this so that these organisms could be saved, because we need them for the better world tomorrow. Let us just do a quick recap of what we have learned. Invertebrates make up the vast majority of animal species on Earth. I told you they are more successful, and that's why they make a vast majority of species. The key groups include Porifera, Cnidarians, mollusks, arthropods, annelida, and echinodermata. We will come and discuss them each after each in the coming videos. They are also vital for ecosystem as pollinators, decomposers, and as source of food to humans. Some of these organisms are eaten, and it serves as a food source, thereby food security. Human relevance. They are important for economy, health, and scientific research. We have come to the end of our discussion, and I would like just to read this philosophy. In the vast and diverse world of invertebrate zoology, teamwork mirrors nature. On design, each species play a vital role in sustaining ecosystem. Just like invertebrates thrive in interconnected environments, we too can learn and grow together by sharing knowledge. If you enjoy this explanation of the invertebrate kingdom, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join our community for more fascinating insights into biology and beyond. Don't worry, friends, understand that we will be continuing sharing videos as we begin. Videos that will be coming in the near future will be of better quality than this one. Uh, don't worry, let us just continue supporting each other as we move together. If you know a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend, so that we can all benefit. Thank you very much, and for giving me your time in listening to my skill. Thank you, and let's meet in the next video.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to see more. And if you liked our free resource, show your appreciation by giving it a thumbs up.